Now, Alyssa has to come in and remind Sonny, no, borders aren't racist, every country has them, they're important, and reminds the panel you can't be outraged about Trump deporting people when you had nothing to say about Barack Obama, who deported far more people than Trump. Watch.
What I'd say is this when we talk about this issue. Most nations on earth deal with the question of how to secure their border and how many migrants to take in. It's not uniquely American. It's not xenophobic to simply care about it. There's national security imperatives. There's economic imperatives. And what we're seeing now, what matters to me is how it's done, that it's done humanely and safely, and that we're prioritizing the people who shouldn't be here. So again, people who have committed offenses against people, but also I think that it's important that we contextualize it because to Sarah's point, in Obama's first term, 3 million people were deported. That's much slower than what Trump's on pace to do right now.
It seems like Democrats just have no morals or principles that are foundational. They'll say, no, we shouldn't have an open border. We need a border, but we'll advocate for any person with a sob story to be allowed to illegally break in. They say people should be allowed to come in and seek asylum, but won't define what asylum means. Asylum to a Democrat means you come from a poor country with a crappy government. Well, that's like 85% of the world. So where do we cut it off and say, okay, some people can come in and some people can't? And they'll say everybody seeking a better life can. So it circles back to, okay, then what's the point of a border? All liberal ideology is this hypocritical. Liberals used to fight for a boy can play with an easy bake oven. He's still a boy. A girl can play with action figures. She's still a girl. Now their whole argument is if you're a boy and you play with an easy bake oven, you're actually a girl and should be injected with hormones and given puberty blockers. And when you look at it that way, you can understand why Kamala Harris held all these positions over here 4 years ago, and now she's all the way over here with them. But the last thing I'm going to show you is Dr. Phil went live with Tom Homan in Chicago during ICE raids, and they interview a heinous criminal who was getting deported. And remember, this is the kind of person who Sonny Hostin wants in the country.
But you've never been deported before?
We Dr. Phil. We got Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children, and he's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really?
And this is why sanctuary cities are so bogus. Chicago let this criminal out of a jail. I'm not going to repeat what he did because YouTube will demonetize me. But they let these kind of offenders back onto the street, into the communities, instead of just cooperating with ICE and getting him out of the country. What mayor, what governor would want people like this to remain in their communities? And if the left truly believes that these illegal immigrants for the most part are just kind people who want a better life, then why would you subject them to having these kind of people running around their neighborhoods, around their children? It's just another element of liberal racism. They're always so shocked when they find out, what? Black people like the cops in their community just like we do? What? Illegal immigrants don't want child predators running around their neighborhoods just like we wouldn't? It's like when you don't see these people as equals to you, of course you have such a delusional idea of what they want. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.